Hello world! Dave here, you may call me mowdownjoe. Welcome back to Let's Play Penny Arcades on the Rainslick Precipice of Darkness 3! And look at this! Another book! Lucky us. Lucky us. Yeah, you know, it's not like he doesn't already have half the thing, but then again, you wouldn't know that, you've been separated. Well, this is suspicious. Yes, thank you, Weird Time Ball, for being all weird and stuff. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you like text, because this episode's going to be very exposition heavy, let's say. Very exposition heavy. Shadow puppets, really? It's funny because Gabe's real-life alter ego is the artist for Penny Arcade, I guess, or something, I don't know. Don't explain the jokes, Dave. Well, they're not my jokes, I'm not the one trying to explain them. But yeah, like I said, this episode, very exposition heavy. You get to learn about the world before. Oh, yeah, God of Doors, not scary. God of Death, God of Passage, a little more so. Especially when it's God of Death. Live and paint itself. Didn't we just have a stop at a museum with a painting of sorts? Huh. Hear your hands from break you forever. You mean like broken into the four winds? Crude makings held power. Like I said, very exposition heavy. Huh, that's the end of the exposition. Very much so. And how did I forget that chest down there? Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, let's save everything since we got the whole party back together. And how did I not get that chest my first run through? That is very peculiar. Let's go ahead and just pick that up. We don't have any monsters to deal with around here. Honestly, we could go back and fight the ones that we skipped, but so yeah, this will increase power for items for whoever equips it. So not a bad little thing. I mean, it could be more useful, but you know, it's certainly not the most useless piece of equipment that we could get. I mean, potions are starting to need to be. We're gonna need to start leveling up those potions and molotovs if we're gonna make them useful. So, and down here, I wanted to see what was down in this chest from in the other side. So, a little gun for Mora there. So yeah, let's go ahead and give that thing a look. I mean, yeah, and the same thing with the Hobo's Paw, but it's worse than the... I mean, yeah, speed up's nice, but I don't think any strength down's bad for Gabe. And who cares about magic? So, and Little Fang, don't really care about that too much for Mora either. In fact, we'll be picking up some good stuff from the store later on. That'll be better than those. So yeah, we also got a new enemy to deal with, Semyon. These guys are interesting. They're not hard. They're just interesting. We'll leave it at that. Because, well, let's just say, yeah, 12,000 HP. They don't do a lot of damage, though. And in fact, their biggest strength kind of comes... Oh, eventually you'll see it after we deal some amount of damage, I would say. Not a lot. We don't have to deal too much to set off the thing that makes this fight particularly unique, to say the least. Honestly, I was surprised he didn't fire off his more unique trait right at the start. There it is. So yeah, that's pretty much what makes this fight unique, is that at one point in the battle, he will split into 6 enemies, and they'll each have a 1/6 of the HP. So yeah, that's something to watch out for. It can make things a little more difficult. Also make things a little more interesting in some ways. I mean, it makes it much more efficient to use stuff like Berserk instead of Brute Punch, for example with Gabe, and hell, it makes good old Garden of Dangerous Bees a very tempting proposition. Extremely tempting, in fact. In fact, if I had made me wish I hadn't turned Jim into a Velociraptor right there. But then again, what's more dangerous than a Velociraptor? I can't think of anything. Then again, I spend too much time reading XKCD. Whatever. But yeah, these guys aren't too much of a threat. Just go at hit them with your most basic attacks until they split, and then go at it with every multi-targeting spell that you happen to have in your repertoire. You'll be able to knock out pretty large swaths of them with whatever you have there. So we already got them half dead. So, and the next volley should kill them all. So they aren't a tough fight. It's just a very unique one. Very unique one that I happen to love. That I think it's an interesting fight, and I like it like that. And with this should be the next volley of attacks should end it. Of course, because full auto is just the best cherry to happen ever. A lot of XP for that fight, though. So get some good stuff out of that. Entomb, some defensive stance for, just in case you want to tank more with Gabe. In case Hexoskeleton from the Crabomancer tree isn't enough. The Tube Samurai class is pretty damn vulnerable. Versatile, I'll say that much. Not vulnerable, versatile. Yes, I kind of figured that when you said Luminous, that she was a ghost. The Society, huh? Is there something that they aren't telling us? So something tells me that Tycho's family isn't exactly well liked among the dead. Something. I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it. Some of these jokes, yeah, they're a little groany. Really now, because this might be a little problematic. Ah, Vault 6. We need to keep that vault secure. So yeah, yeah, because the villain can't just walk in here without normally, so... And old Dr. Blood happens to show his face again. You don't know what happened to your boss? He's gone batshit crazy. Bad is an understatement. You just witnessed a guy drive through a house, drive through the attic of a house even. Somehow he launched himself into the attic of the house, and in all of maybe 3 seconds stole a bunch of paintings and disappeared. So yeah, that's something else. So yeah, more new enemies have appeared in Coliseum. We are very underleveled to deal with them, but we are at the right level to deal with the other new guys, so I'm going to deal with the Sunflower and Taurus off camera, and then we'll deal with the... So yeah, let's go fight the enemies that I refused to fight last time. We got Gladiators and Gladiatrixes. Like I said, everything here is a zombie, so gives them a good excuse for why the enemies here actually respawn, unlike everywhere else. And of course, like all good zombies, they are flammable. So, you know, these guys aren't going to be too much of a hassle. The Gladiatrixes are a little stronger than the Gladiators, honestly. I'd focus on them first. The Gladiators have more HP, but the Gladiatrixes, oh dear God, watch out for their battle axes. Especially going here at a low level, because then they will just murder you very, very fast. Very, very fast. Really, the most dangerous part about this is the fact that you're dealing with large swarms of enemies here. And of course, battle axes. But mostly the fact that you're dealing with 6 enemies at once with large amounts of HP. But as long as you keep up the fire and maybe go in with some dangerous bees or whatever, dangerous waters, whichever one of those two gardens, you keep lighting them on fire, and eventually you'll go along just fine. Hell, it might even be worth it to try Gabe's Inferno. I mean, he's not the greatest mage, but it could end up actually doing something useful here. Maybe. Of course, that Inferno requires like 3 MP, and that's a pretty large charge time. Might not be worth it. But yeah, just keep lighting guys on fire, and everything in these battles should go relatively quickly. They're all weak to fire, they all take very, very strong damage from it. You'll come out on top just fine. You really don't have anything to worry about outside the constant barrages of battle axes. Yeah, this battle will take a while just because of the fact that we're dealing with such large groups here. Also, these guys are pretty resistant to ice, so obviously, like all good undead, so you're probably not going to be able to make much use out of anything other than, well, Fireball and maybe going ahead and throwing in a Quake from Jim here or there, or Dark Wave. But yeah, just go at it with whatever fire skills you have, and we should get these, and you should eventually wear these guys down. You have all the help from all your, of course, this is the time where I do wish I had went with Garden of Dangerous Bees instead of whatever else, but these guys, though, relatively harmless compared to what we might end up facing sooner. And that should deal with them all. Should. There we go. Easy peasy. Not worth a lot of money, though. These guys, though, are much, much harder. The Zombie Philosopher and 2 Zombie Lions. The Lions, don't think they're... I mean, they hit hard, but they don't have any special tricks up their sleeve. The Philosophers, though, do have some really dangerous tricks. They're the ones you should probably take out the Philosopher first, just because of the fact they have a skill that has a random chance of doing a lot of damage. It's random, though, so that's problematic, but these guys can hurt if that coin flip happens to go in their favor, because sometimes they'll use that skill and won't do anything. Sometimes it will, and it'll knock out like a good... Oh, you saw how much, like a good half one character's HP right there, and you'll probably want to heal right away. So just I'm of course keeping Gabe on tanking duties for most part, but with throwing in the occasional fireball and whatever. Honestly, though, of course, Gabe fireballs are quite useless, but go at it with whatever you have. Go at it with the best of your abilities. Take them and let loose with whatever fire happens to be the most handy. Again, I go with the Velociraptor. I love that. I probably should just be saving up for something, I don't know, a little more actually useful against these guys. But yeah, the enemies here, the enemies are starting to get really hard, and if you wanted to take out the next level enemies that you'll be encountering in this arena here, good luck. Good luck is all I can say, because these guys hit hard. I did try to take them out off camera. No, just don't. Just don't. Take out the Philosopher first. They're going to be more problematic than the Lions. The Lions are actually relatively harmless, really. So once you take out the Philosopher, and things should go relatively quickly from there. Yeah, I mean, the Lions do pretty decent damage with their physical attacks, but it's the Philosophers that really kind of bring most of the damage to the forefront here. So they could probably be more dangerous than anything else. Why are you even bothering with Brute Punch when you now have Decompressor on your hands? Decompressor is just so good. I mean, it's breakthrough, but cheaper. How can you go wrong? But yeah, these guys aren't and this should be the volley that makes it... There we go. Although Fireball would have been better. And what do we get for this one? We get a vessel for Jim there, which is actually pretty good. The problem is, at this point in the game, that we actually have enough money to buy him a vat from the shop, and that offers him a much better magic boost than the vessel. Although the speed upgrade's nice, so I guess you could call it a side grade, but it's kind of hard. It's hard to call one way or the other. I'm going to be sticking with the vat, and these guys will deal with next time. Well, some later time. Until then, everyone, I'm Dave. Remember to keep your wits about you. Things can happen in an instant. Take care, everybody.